everybody. So as you saw in the title of the video, this is a story about sexual abuse in public transportation. Now, I know that this kind of things happen all around the world, even worse things that happen to me, but this is my story and I want to share it with you. So the thing is, I was going from my work, so the end of the shift, it was 5 p.m. and I entered the bus, so I have to use the bus to get to my house. I have to use two transportations actually, and it was so crowded because it was the end of the shift, everybody's going home and everybody was standing and sitting. It was so, everybody was just pressed against each other. So, you know, sometimes that happens and no problem. But I start feeling something on my butt. You know, I am thinking like, maybe I'm tripping, maybe I'm just paranoid, maybe that's just somebody's bag that's poking me, but no. I kind of realized, no, I'm not crazy. So I turn around and I see this guy who's kind of dirty, I don't know, looking kind of suspicious, and I just look down and I see that I was indeed right. He had an erection and I start yelling at him at this point because I'm scared, I'm angry, I'm confused, like I can't believe what's happening to me in this public when everybody else is around us. And I start yelling at him, "You maniac, are you crazy?" and all these F words, which I'm not gonna repeat. And these people who do that in the bus, like grab other people or abuse them, they have this tactic to act like surprise, like, why is this woman yelling at me? Like, he doesn't know. And then everybody else starts looking at me like I'm the crazy person because I'm yelling all of a sudden in the middle of the bus. It was crowded. And there was this lady, a female, imagine that, who's like looking at me like, stop making all this noise and commotion because it's very crowded and you're like doing something that we don't like. So I'm the crazy person. Nobody says a thing. Everybody's looking at me. Nobody helps me. Nobody does anything. Nobody asks what's going on. So I, like angry and scared like that, go to the front of the bus because it was a very long bus and people in the front don't really know what's going on in the back. So I go there and I'm holding on to this thing in a bus when you do not to fall because the bus is moving backwards and forwards. So I am holding on and with my other hand I kind of touch my butt area to see if he did something, I don't know. And I found out the worst thing. My dress had buttons all the way from my neck to my feet because it was a long dress, and 3 of them on my butt are unbuttoned and I flip out there. And I'm realizing that my butt is hanging out, for everybody, and I'm just trying to button them up again with one hand because the other one I'm holding on. And I am apologizing to this gentleman and, you know, saying like, I'm sorry, I have to like button myself up. I didn't do this on purpose. There was this maniac back there who did this to me, and he's just looking at me. He doesn't say a thing. Nobody says a thing. Nobody says like, stop the bus, let's check, maybe she's crazy, maybe he's crazy, let's see who's crazy. No, nobody says a thing. And I'm getting out of the bus and I'm thinking, as I'm getting out of the bus, I'm then remembering this maniac, like what if he got out after me and what if he's behind me, and I'm starting to panic again. So I enter the other transportation which I have to take to get to my home. And I'm sitting there like going through hell in my head and thinking like, how come nobody helps me? How come nobody helps anything? And these stories I've heard so many times, like people in trouble and nobody helps them. So I think that is devastating. So I came home, I took a shower, a very long shower, and I was like, all these things were going through my head, like, do I have some disease now? You know, that's not really possible, nothing happened, but you know, I was so, and after I settled down and everything, I was so angry at people, like, how do you not react? How do you not say anything? How do you just look at this person who's asking for help and is very scared and frustrated? And I'm not crazy. This thing happened, and these things like this happen all around the world. Sexual abuse happens to men and women, child, and grown-ups, and even grandmas and grandpas. So just be there, help. If somebody's asking for help, help them. This is the message of this video. Be careful what you do, of course, not to be target of sexual abuse, but also, like, even if you are careful, it doesn't matter. If somebody's asking for help, help them. If you're suspicious of their behavior, call the police. The police will settle down, but don't just stand there, do nothing. And I hope you're gonna have a good day, and you're gonna take this message with you, and be careful, take care of yourself. Love you all. Bye.